if I had to pick just a couple of channels to kind of be on right now, are there a couple that just make sense right now?
Yeah. So the first thing is you nailed it. Diversify. That's the number one word that I use is diversify your marketing. If you're putting all your marketing into one bucket and that's where you're putting all of your money, it's going to fail, right? Because it's a single point of failure, right? It's your linchpin. So that's the first thing is what you said is diversify. The next thing I would say is I take an approach called test before you invest. And essentially what that means is you find 3 or 4 different outlets that you feel like are going to be strong for your specific business. Then put in a small amount of money into each of them and decide ahead of time. It's probably going to be at least 30 days, maybe 45, but you check it every single week. And if it fails immediately within 2 weeks and your ads got through learning, depending on what platform you're on, then you probably want to scale back or cut it and change it. But if I keep it simple, here's what I say. 5 buckets or 5 different mediums. Fill each bucket halfway with water. That's your money. You're looking for which bucket leaks. If the bucket's leaking, you come back. If one's increasing, you're making your money back. If 2 others are leaking and 2 others are staying the same, you have to make decisions. Where it gets tricky is when you make a change knowing what the outcome is the catch. That's where it just takes experience, and AI is not going to give you that experience. No matter how well you prompt it, it's not going to get experience. The only way you get that experience, all these gray hairs. That's what you get, right? That's what it comes from. So I really say diversify big time, but then tracking, making sure that you're tracking it the right way. I think those are, because I hate to sit here and tell somebody, hey, go run Google Ads. Is it going to help you? Yeah, maybe, but depending on what business you're in, it may not. But I will also say this one last thing. I'm not a fan of someone dumping all of their basket of money into a company talking about AEO or AI being found on ChatGPT or whatever else. And I'm going to give you a real life example. In 2025, I had my highest lead generation year that I've ever had. And I started my companies in 2009, the highest ever. The reason is that ChatGPT got really, really popular. So throughout the year in 2025, from the beginning until you hit about September, October, everybody was going to ChatGPT and I was getting found left and right through ChatGPT and AI. I'm telling you right now, I've got numbers to back it up. I had a massive 2025, biggest ever. What happened was in October, November, and in December, ChatGPT changed their algorithm. And what happens now, and people can fact check me on this, is that if you take the exact same term and you plug it into ChatGPT, specifically ChatGPT, and you do the same term and you search it 5 times, you're going to get 5 different responses, 5 different answers. So when someone goes, I'm going to trust ChatGPT with my marketing, but you plug the same question in 5 times and you get 5 different answers, which one's right? What affected my business was I had put all of my work into AI. Now, I really didn't because I'm really good at SEO. So because I did my organics so well, I showed up in ChatGPT and ChatGPT wasn't changing their algorithm. So I was crushing it. ChatGPT changed it. Now my lead flow has come back down. Don't love it. Hey, ChatGPT, go back and turn it back to where they had it before. I'd be happy. But that's kind of what happened, right? So that's why I don't encourage people to spend a ton of money because it's overhyped, it's overplayed, and people think that they can just dump money into it. And that's really not the case. The only way that you really can do it, there are core values of like citations, EAT, expertise, authority, trustworthiness from Google, and then true SEO, the old school SEO is still going to help, but it's still a little bit different than what it used to be.